Hey, my name is Caitlin Bosshart. I am a life coach for the multi-passionate at heart. I also do a lot of other things, but I'm not going to talk about that stuff today. But I wanted to take a couple minutes, to talk about something that I've been experiencing lately, that I've been thinking about lately. And of course, I can only speak for myself, but I have a feeling I might not be the only person who has been feeling this way. Obviously, I know I'm preaching to the choir. The last 4+ months have been really hard. And there are days where it just feels like it just gets like harder and harder. And you know, I've been reflecting a lot on these last 4 months, and I've been thinking about how, in a lot of ways, like I feel like I've been like disconnected from a lot of parts of myself. Like everything's just been kind of turned upside down, right? And as a multi-passionate person, there's all these parts of myself that have kind of necessarily needed to be a little bit to the side, have needed to put my energy into everything that's been going on in the world, and it's super important. And I'm glad that I took the time to be in that space, and I still am in that space. But I was realizing how off balance I was getting, and that I was just starting to feel really, really depleted, that I was feeling kind of stagnant, and that, you know, as a multi-passionate person, like, there's so many things that I want to do in this life and in this world, and there's things I want to contribute. And when I'm not doing that, it eats away at me. It definitely degrades my mental health. I'm just not in as good of a place, and I know that I can't, you know, show up in the world the way that I want to when I'm feeling depleted. And so the space that I've been in is just, you know, being so consumed by everything that's kind of like outside of me, yet still connected to me, obviously. It's just been a lot. And so I've realized I needed to start coming back to myself. And I think that maybe there's a lot of other people who are kind of feeling like that too. But at the same time, like feeling some guilt around that, feeling like there's so many important things that are happening. How could I possibly spend time on my passions that maybe feel frivolous or feel like unimportant? But again, I think that when we fill ourselves up, we have more to give, we have more to offer, and it keeps us engaged. It keeps us being able to go out there, speaking up for what's right, being good community members, good global citizens, all of those things. So it's really no small thing. So with all that in mind, over the last several weeks, I was inspired to create something specifically for multi-passionate people. And it's going to be a free workbook called Finally Start Your Passion Projects, because I want to give you a nudge right now in this really, really hard time, to still pursue and move towards the things that you really care about and really are longing to do. While keeping in mind, like, you can do both. You can care about like this incredibly important civil rights movement that we're in the middle of. You can care about the pandemic, all those things, and you can still move forward on your own like goals and interests and passions. So this workbook is 6 steps for how to finally start your passion project, inspired by my work with clients, with talking with many multi-passionate people over the last like several years, dear friends that are also multi-passionate people, that we bump up against a lot of the same types of challenges and issues. And so I wanted to create something that was digestible and would just give you that nudge to get going, give you some, not that you need my permission, but give you some self-permission to, like, you know what, maybe this is worth my time and energy. So it is coming soon, but I wanted to put this video out, one, because I'm excited, I wanted to tell you about it, but I just didn't feel like, I didn't want this message to have to wait until I was ready to put this out in the world, although it's very, very close. And hopefully get you maybe a little excited about it, maybe start getting you dreaming about some of the things that you've maybe pushed off to the side over the last several months. And in addition to the free workbook, I also am going to do a webinar. So more on all of that coming. If this is something that speaks to you, if it's something that you're interested in, if it like kind of piques your interest at all, and you want to make sure that you don't miss out on it, I will of course be like posting about it and sharing that. But if you want to make sure that I you know about it, either leave a comment, message me, whatever. I will make sure that you personally know when it is available. So all that being said, I just want to say, I hope that you're well. Please be well. Please take care of yourselves. Take care of our community. Wear your masks. Stay informed of all the issues that are going on. Stay engaged. And then also, give yourself some space and some grace to also start dreaming about some things that you want to do. Okay. Be well. Stay tuned. And I'll let you know when it's available. Thanks.